Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to my channel. Learn how to make this beanie in today's video. All right, everyone, let's get started on our hat. I'm going to be using a size 5, like a bulky type of yarn, but still not very textured. I kind of like this look. So it's a size 5, and then follow the hook size on the package. So I'm going to be using a J hook for this peach colored yarn. We are going to start by making a slip knot, and then we are going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this is about how wide the brim of your hat is going to be. Here is my sample. So if you would like it wider, you can totally do that, but mine is going to be 6. And then we are going to single crochet. So we are going to single crochet in the second chain from our hook. So not in that first guy, but in the second one. And a single crochet is insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops. And then we're going to do that all the way down. So then insert the hook in the next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops. Insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, both loops. All the way to the end. This is our last stitch here. Now what we're going to do is chain 1. We're going to turn our work, and then we are going to single crochet in the back loop only. So let's take a look here at the top of our stitches. See how it's the little V shape? We're going to insert into the back loop. Okay, so starting in this first stitch, insert into the back loop only, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, both loops. And we're going to do that all the way down. And this is going to create that ridged look for us. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. So you want to make sure there are 5 stitches across going all the way. If you drop a stitch or you add a stitch, that will create a problem where you're kind of going out or coming in. So you want to make sure there's 5. We chained 6 at the beginning, but remember we came in 1 when we created that first single crochet. So that's why there's a total of 5 stitches. And then we're going to continue this. Chain 1, turn our work, and then we are going to be continually stitching just in that back loop. Chain 1, turn your work. Now I want you to continue going in this exact same manner until we create the band of our hat. So you will just measure it to your own head and make sure that it's fitting you properly. So here was the sample that I made, and it's about 10.5 inches, so you would double that, so that would be about 21 inches. And this is actually a little bit big on me, so I'm going to go a little bit smaller than that. So keep going until you reach that size. All right, my band is done. Mine's at about 19.5 inches now, so that should be good. And don't forget, you know, this stretches quite a bit. So don't forget that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is actually create the band. So both sides are the same, it doesn't matter. So put it together, make sure nothing's twisted, and then we are going to slip stitch. So what I'm gonna do is insert my hook through the one side as well as the back side here. And then you'll yarn over, pull that through, and then pull that loop through the loop that was on your hook. The first one is a little tricky sometimes. Tighten that down and then do the same thing all the way across. All right, here's the last one. That's how it looks. Then what we're going to do is single crochet along the top, going all the way around, to create our foundation for our treble stitches. So this is a row of single crochet, and then this is a row of single crochet. So the rule of thumb is we'll put a single crochet here, because that was a row, and then we'll put a single crochet here. Single crochet here, single crochet here. That way there's about one single crochet stitch per row that we already had created. And that's going to create, when you put your hook through, try to make sure there's only 2 strands that you're going underneath so that it looks consistent going all the way around. And so we want there to be that base for our stitches to make the actual body of our hat. Let's see how that's looking. Now continue that going all the way around, and then I'll meet you at the beginning. Okay, my single crochet border is complete. Let's finish it up, and then we are going to begin our treble stitch. Okay, so let's finish this up here. All right, kind of closed that up. Now what we're going to do is create a treble stitch. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is chain 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do a treble stitch. That's the American term. In the UK, it's called a double treble. Okay, so I'll have the chart down in the description box for all of my UK followers. But I will be saying treble stitch, so just be aware that I'm using the American terminology. So here's going to be the next stitch over. We're going to yarn over 2 times. So 1, 2, insert your hook into that stitch, yarn over, pull through. Okay, so that means we've got 4 loops on our hook here. We're going to yarn over, pull through only the first 2. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, remaining 2. It's a nice tall stitch, okay? And then we're going to just put another one right in the next stitch, okay? We're not going to skip anything. We're going to do 1 treble stitch in each of our single crochets going all the way around. Yarn over 2 times, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over 2, yarn over 2, yarn over 2. Do one more time, and then I'm going to leave you to it. So yarn over 2 times, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over 2, 2, and 2. So now do one of those in every single crochet going all the way around, and then I will meet you when we get back here to the beginning. Okay, so we have almost finished our first round. I want to show you something really quick. I don't want your hat to be flailing out like this too much. This is going to be a little bit more of a slouchy type of style hat, so you are going to have a lot of wiggle room with this, but you know, mine is kind of mostly going straight up. So something to watch out for. Here we are, we're going to put our last stitch in here, and our chain 4 did count as our first guy there. So we're going to put our last stitch in here, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, we're going to slip stitch to the top of this first treble stitch where it's the chain 4. So the top is here. Try to get under 2 strands. Like that, just helps it to be a little more secure. Slip stitch, so yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook. Now we're going to do another chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now what we're going to do is place our stitch in between each stitch. All right, so we're not going to do this one since we kind of came out of that. So in between these two, we're just going to yarn over 2 times, place your hook in between those 2 stitches. Doesn't need to be fancy. This way it can be done really quickly. Yarn over 2 times, insert in between, doing it this way kind of creates that offset look. And it also makes it go super fast. And with this bulky size 5 yarn, if that's what you ended up choosing, although this pattern works fine for lots of different styles of yarn, you will have this hat stitched up in no time. So see that there? Now finish this round. I'll meet you back here, and then I'm going to leave you to it. Okay, so let's finish up. Here, the last one, so we need to slip stitch in the top of that turning chain that we initially started. Okay, and you see that kind of brought that in here. It kind of looked a little crazy there for a second, but it brought it in. And then we will do the same thing again. Chain 4. This one already came out of here, so we will stitch in this next guy over. So see, it's coming out of here, so we don't need to place our stitch here. We will go ahead and place it in here. Now I do want to show you how, let me get a couple of stitches going here, and then I do want to show you how to decrease, just in case your hat is like flying out and it's getting a little wide, completely out of control. Mine is doing it a little bit, but it's not bad. You see how it's kind of popping out here and it's getting a little wider than my band. So if you need to decrease your stitches, just do it as needed, and this is how you would do it. So we are going to yarn over 2 times and begin our stitch just like normal. 2, 2. But then rather than drawing that up, we're going to yarn over 2 times and go down to the next stitch, pull up, 2, 2, and then all 3. And so what that did was kind of create these 2 stitches as 1 stitch. Okay, so let me show you one more time a little bit closer. Yarn over 2 times, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over 2 and 2, yarn over 2 times, next stitch, yarn over, pull through, 2, 2, and now there's 3 stitches left, yarn over all 3. And you can see here we have this stitch, and then what we did is we created 2 stitches, but they come together, so it creates just 1 stitch. So then when we come around in the next round, it'll kind of bring things in a little bit. Okay, so that's how you will decrease. So I'm going to leave you to it. So go ahead and keep on doing your treble stitches all the way up. You're going to need to do 8 to 9 rows until you reach the desired height of your hat. So that's going to be 8 to 9 rounds. So this would be 1, 2 rounds. We've started our 3rd. So you're going to need 8 to 9, and we're going to just keep it going straight up. Here's my sample that I made. And then we're going to cinch together the top like this. So there's not going to be any more decreasing or bringing it in like a beanie. This is much more of a different kind of style, very forgiving style. And then you can put an optional little pom-pom on the top. Okay, so go ahead and keep going. 8 to 9 rounds, and I will meet you back here once I've done the same thing. Okay, everybody, we've gotten to this step in our hat. This took me not very long. I took it to my son's football practice and I was able to finish it up to here. Here's all of our treble stitches. I did a few decreasing stitches throughout, not a ton of them though. You can see it kind of stays in line there. There's a little bit of gathering up, totally fine, because we are going to actually cinch up the whole top, and so that will kind of be part of the look. So what we are going to do is finish up this round, and then we're going to do 1 round at the top of a single crochet, because then when we cinch together the top, we just want something that's a little bit more of a sturdy kind of stitch than this tall treble stitch. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to finish up this last stitch here. Slip stitch back to the beginning, and then we are going to chain 1. We're going to chain 1, and then we need to single crochet in every stitch going all the way around. So starting with the top of this guy here, single crochet, and just to refresh your memory, it's insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops. All right, so now finish that all the way around the top of our hat, and we are almost done. All right, we are back around at the beginning. This is our last stitch here. And then we can slip stitch to the last, or the first stitch that we did. Pull that through, and then let's cut a nice long tail. I also want to mention too that my number of rounds is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you're using a really bulky yarn, you might be able to do 8, but now is the point where you might want to try on your hat. This is going to get all cinched at the top. So when you're trying it on, imagine that and just make sure that it's coming down long enough. This is a slouchy hat, so there's a lot of forgiveness in the fit, but just make sure that that's sort of working how you want it to before you finish it, okay? So we've got a nice long tail here, and now we can thread a yarn needle. Let's actually pull that through. I forgot to do that. Now we're going to thread the yarn needle, and we are almost done. So what we're going to do is basically sew through our single crochet stitches and then cinch it up, okay? So we're going to just go in, back up, back down, back up, however many stitches you want. If you've ever done a loom knit hat, this is a similar way, it's a similar idea in how you construct the hat. Okay, we are back at the beginning. So once you've got everything threaded, just yank on it and cinch it up. So now what I'm going to do is, this is the outside part of the hat, right? So I'm actually gonna put my needle through, and now we're gonna work on it from the inside because we wanna sew this all together. We want this to be nice and secure. So cinch that up. And then we're going to close up that hole and make sure that it's nice and secure. So go back and forth, use your yarn needle and the yarn that you already had on there. And just take a look at the top and make sure it's looking good too from the top side, but there's no bulging happening or any of that. And once you feel like it's secure, we can finish it off. All right, I'm gonna weave in the end. Okay, so weave in the end so that tail is nice and hidden. Now weave in this tail in the same manner that we just did with the other end. Your hat is complete. Now if you would like to, you can add a pom-pom to the top. That's what I did in my sample. If you do that, my favorite pom-pom maker is the one made by Clover, and I like the green size for this size hat. So you can see that's about the size pom-pom you'll get with the green one, but that is optional. You don't have to do that if you don't like that look. There you go. I hope you enjoyed making this hat. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your crochet friends. If you have any questions at all, you can leave me a comment down below. Of course, the description box, which is underneath the video, it'll say show more. That is going to be full of links, everything listed out. I'll have written PDF instructions for you guys there, as well as, you know, different yarn options and the hook sizes and all that good stuff. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.